When two powerhouse names collide, chaos is inevitable. But what happens when a boxing legend steps into the squared circle against a modern-day WWA superstar? The stage is set for one of the most unexpected and electrifying matchups in sports history. Mike Tyson, the feared former heavyweight champion of the world, faces off against the high-flying, super-athletic Jey Uso, a key member of the iconic Samoan dynasty in WA. This isn't just any crossover event. It's a clash of worlds boxing and wrestling, where raw power and relentless athleticism come head-to-head in a showdown that fans never saw coming. Mike Tyson's name is synonymous with dominance. For decades, he's been a cultural icon, feared by every fighter in the ring. His speed, power, and ferocity made him a legend, leaving a trail of defeated opponents in his wake. But Tyson isn't just a fighter. He's a showman, a personality who transcended the boxing world and became a global sensation. From his knockout punches to his wild unpredictability, Tyson's journey is one of both greatness and controversy. But now, his story takes an unexpected turn as he steps into the WWA ring, where the stakes are entirely different. On the other side, Jey Uso, one half of the celebrated Uso brothers, has carved his own path in WWA. Known for his high-energy style and agility, Jey is no stranger to high-stakes matches, enduring brutal battles against the best in the business. From tag team glory to single-handedly defending his family's legacy, Jey has been a force to reckon with in the squared circle. His passion, determination, and connection to the legendary Anoa'i family make him not just a wrestler, but a force of nature in the WWU universe. The anticipation builds as Tyson, with all his experience and raw power, prepares to face Jey Uso in an environment where agility and cunning are just as important as brute strength. The question that looms over this clash isn't just about who's stronger, but who can outsmart the other. Tyson might have years of boxing experience, but Jey is no stranger to adapting and overcoming his opponent's strengths. As the two men step into the ring, it's clear that no one can predict what will happen next. As Tyson begins his training for this unprecedented match, the tension grows. Rumors swirl about how Tyson is adapting his signature knockout tactics for the WWA's high-flying style. Meanwhile, Jey Uso isn't taking this challenge lightly. He knows Tyson's reputation, and he's prepared to showcase the skill, heart, and determination of the Samoan bloodline. It's not just about winning, it's about proving his place in the lineage of champions, proving that he can hang with the best no matter their background. The stage is set, and fans around the world are buzzing with excitement. The story of how Tyson, the one-time king of the boxing world, is stepping into the unpredictable world of professional wrestling, and how Jey Uso, one of WWA's brightest stars, is ready to prove himself against a living legend, will go down in history as a battle for the ages. But with both men at the peak of their powers, who will come out on top? Who will leave the ring victorious, and who will be left with shattered dreams? The countdown to this epic clash is on, but what happens when the bell rings? Will Tyson's unmatched power overwhelm Jey Uso's agility? Or will the WWA star pull off an upset for the ages? The battle between boxing and wrestling has only just begun, and fans everywhere are on the edge of their seats, wondering who will be the last man standing. The answer is just a match away, and the suspense is building to a boiling point. Keep watching, because you won't want to miss what happens next. As the days wind down to the moment of truth, the anticipation is palpable. Every corner of the wrestling world, every boxing fan, and every sports enthusiast is watching closely, waiting to see if this high-profile clash will live up to the hype. Mike Tyson, once the most feared man on the planet, hasn't been in a professional ring for years, but his name still carries weight. His storied career, filled with jaw-dropping knockouts and scandalous moments, has left a mark that will never fade. Tyson's training for this match has been nothing short of intense. Despite his age, he's been hitting the gym relentlessly, working on his endurance, speed, and strength. But there's a subtle twist in his preparation. Tyson knows that his legendary knockout punches might not be enough in a WWE ring, where rules are more flexible and the stakes are more unpredictable. The world is eager to see if the baddest man on the planet still has it, but Tyson is quietly wondering if his years of dominance in the boxing ring can translate to the world of scripted chaos and wild action that is the WWE. Meanwhile, Jey Uso is far from intimidated. He's been in countless brutal matches, battling some of the biggest names in WWE. But this is different. Tyson isn't just another wrestler to pin. Tyson is a bona fide legend, a man who has shattered records, who has taken down the greatest in his sport. Jey knows this, and that knowledge fuels his determination. The stakes have never been higher. Not only is this match an opportunity to prove himself on the grandest stage, but it's also a chance to defend the honor of his family. For the Uso family, the Muay dynasty, this match isn't just personal. It's about carrying forward a legacy of strength, resilience, and pride that has been built over generations. Jey's training has been nothing short of grueling. He's working on perfecting his aerial assault and honing his ground game. The story of his success in WWE has been one of reinvention, and this fight against Tyson could be the ultimate test. Will his adaptability and high-flying offense be enough to neutralize Tyson's raw power? In the days leading up to the match, both men are facing different types of pressure. Tyson's inner circle, his longtime trainers, and even former opponents have all chimed in, offering advice, warnings, and a few doubts. Don't expect it to be like boxing, some say. Wrestling is different. It's about the drama, the story. Tyson, however, isn't one to back down from a challenge. Yet, there's a part of him that wonders, after all these years, does he still have the hunger? Has the fire that once drove him to the top of the boxing world extinguished over time? Tyson's history is filled with moments where his focus faltered, where distractions pulled him away from the fight. Would this match be another chapter in that story of unfulfilled potential, or would it be the ultimate redemption? On the other side, Jey Uso has his own challenges. The Uso brothers have been pillars of WWA's tag team division, but Jey's rise to prominence as a singles competitor has come with its own struggles. Despite being a tag team legend, Jey has often been overshadowed by his twin brother Jimmy and by the larger-than-life figures in the WWA. But the path to greatness is never easy, and Jey has had to carve his own way forward. He's learned to balance the legacy of his family with his own identity. Now, standing opposite Tyson, Jey knows that this isn't just about him. It's about proving that the Usos can thrive in singles competition just as much as in a tag team. He's not just fighting for victory, he's fighting for respect, for recognition. Every time he steps into that ring, he carries the weight of his family's name, and that responsibility adds another layer of pressure. Can he overcome the larger-than-life Tyson, or will this challenge be too great even for him? As the match draws near, the WWA universe becomes even more invested in the outcome. Social media explodes with debates and predictions. Tyson fans believe that no one can withstand his knockout power, while Jey's supporters argue that his agility and technical prowess will be the deciding factor. The WWE universe is divided, and everyone has an opinion. But behind the fanfare, there are those who have their own private stakes in the fight. WWE executives are watching closely, knowing that this match will determine not just the future of Jey Uso, but also the potential for even more crossovers between boxing and WWE. If Tyson succeeds, it could open the floodgates for other legendary boxers to make the jump to wrestling, forever changing the landscape of both industries. The rivalry between Tyson and Jey is about much more than just pride or gold. It's about the future of combat sports. Even Tyson himself is starting to feel the weight of expectations. The pressure is mounting, and a quiet anxiety is creeping in. The wrestling world is unforgiving, and one slip-up can mean the difference between victory and disaster. Tyson's unpredictable nature has always been part of his charm, but in this matchup, it's unclear whether that will be an asset or a liability. He's facing an opponent who knows the ins and outs of WWE better than anyone. Jey isn't going to wait for Tyson to land a lucky punch. He's going to fight back, adapt, and outlast. And as the clock ticks down to the bell ringing, Tyson's mind races. Can he still go the distance? Or will he find himself outmatched by a man who thrives in the very environment that Tyson is only beginning to understand? As the arena lights begin to dim, the fans are ready, their excitement palpable. The stage is set. Tyson stands at the edge of the unknown, while Jey Uso is ready to prove that he's not just a tag team wrestler, but a champion in his own right. With everything on the line, only one question remains. Who will claim victory in this explosive, unpredictable showdown? And as the crowd roars in anticipation, it's clear that nothing is certain until the first punch is thrown. The night of the match finally arrives, and the tension in the arena is electric. Fans are on their feet, eagerly awaiting the spectacle that promises to blur the lines between boxing and wrestling, between two worlds colliding in a way never seen before. Mike Tyson, in his corner, is a study of focus and determination. His eyes, once filled with the fire of a champion, are now tempered with uncertainty. Tyson knows this is a different kind of fight, and the pressure is beginning to get to him. The weight of expectations presses down on him harder than any opponent ever has in the past. He's fought in arenas filled with crowds of thousands, but this feels different. As the lights shine down and the ring announcer's voice echoes through the arena, Tyson takes a deep breath, shaking off the doubts that had briefly crept into his mind. On the other side of the ring, Jey Uso's face is filled with quiet confidence. His mind is sharp, his body primed for action. But as his name is called and the crowd erupts in cheers, he doesn't let the applause distract him. This moment, this fight, is about far more than just the fans or the cameras. It's about showing the world that the Uso family can hold their own in the world of singles competition. Jey's journey has been a long one, and he's fought hard for this moment. But deep inside, there's something more, something that's been building for months. A simmering determination to prove himself as a true champion. As he stares across the ring at Tyson, Jey can't help but feel the weight of the legacy he carries. His brothers, his family, everyone is watching, and he won't let them down. The bell rings, and the first few seconds are a blur of raw energy. Tyson, with his unparalleled speed and strength, charges forward, landing a few solid punches that shake the ring. The crowd roars as Jey Uso dodges, expertly avoiding Tyson's onslaught. Tyson's power is undeniable, but Jey's agility allows him to dance around the punches, landing a few hits of his own. It's clear from the start that this fight won't be a one-sided affair. The tension in the air grows thicker with each passing moment, as both men showcase their unique talents. Tyson is throwing everything he has into his strikes, but Jey is proving to be a much tougher opponent than he had anticipated. The crowd is split, with fans of both fighters shouting in support. The stakes are high, and neither fighter is willing to back down. But then, just when it seems like Tyson is gaining the upper hand, the unexpected happens. Out of nowhere, the arena lights flicker, plunging the venue into momentary darkness. The crowd falls into stunned silence, unsure of what's happening. Seconds later, the lights snap back on, but something is off. Tyson, caught in the confusion, is momentarily distracted. And that's when it happens. Jey Uso launches himself off the top rope, coming down with a thunderous flying splash that knocks Tyson off his feet. The crowd erupts in shock and excitement. Jey has found an opening, and he takes full advantage of it. But in the chaos of the moment, no one saw what truly happened behind the scenes. As Jey goes for the pin, something seems off. The referee, who had been watching the action closely, suddenly looks around in confusion, signaling to the back of the arena. Tyson, shaken but not out, pushes himself off the mat, his eyes scanning the ring. Something feels wrong. It's as if the entire dynamic of the match has shifted. The audience, not yet realizing it, continues to cheer wildly, convinced that the match is about to be decided. But behind the scenes, whispers begin to circulate among the WWE crew. Was it just a glitch in the lights, or was something far more sinister at play? A sudden figure appears on the stage, a man in black, his face hidden by a hood. The crowd doesn't recognize him at first, but as he steps forward, it becomes clear he's not supposed to be there. The man walks toward the ring, and his presence sends a ripple of confusion through the audience. Tyson's attention flickers toward him, his senses alert. Jey, mid-pin, freezes for a split second, distracted by the newcomer. And that moment of hesitation is all Tyson needs. With a primal roar, he shoves Jey off and climbs to his feet, ready for whatever comes next. The distraction has worked. Jey's focus has wavered, and Tyson is back in control. But who is this mystery figure? And what does he want? Why is he here? And how does he know when to strike? As Tyson and Jey continue to clash in the ring, the shadowy figure watches from the entrance, his intentions still unclear. Is he friend or foe? His sudden appearance raises more questions than it answers. And as Tyson looks toward him, a flicker of recognition passes over his face. Could this mysterious man be someone from Tyson's past? Someone he thought he left behind long ago? In the midst of the chaos, Jey Uso finds himself caught between the action in the ring and the looming uncertainty outside. The crowd is roaring, but Jey's mind races. Who is this person? And why is he here now, at this pivotal moment? The momentum of the match has shifted, and Jey knows he needs to refocus. But the mysterious figure's presence is impossible to ignore. The tension is unbearable, and with each passing moment, the stakes climb higher. Is this match truly between Tyson and Jey, or has someone or something else entered the picture with their own hidden agenda? As the seconds tick by, the mystery deepens. The fight between Tyson and Jey escalates, but now, with this new element in play, the outcome is more uncertain than ever. Who will emerge victorious, and what role does this shadowy figure play in this already explosive showdown? The tension continues to build, with no clear resolution in sight, leaving the audience eagerly awaiting what will happen next. The arena is on edge, the roar of the crowd drowning out all but the most urgent sounds. Tyson and Jey are locked in a fierce struggle, their bodies battered, sweat dripping from every pore. Each move is calculated. Each strike is a battle for survival. But the presence of the mysterious figure at the ring's edge continues to loom like a dark cloud, pushing the match to new levels of uncertainty. Tyson is clearly disoriented, trying to keep his focus, but the man in black, standing silent, watching, unmoving, has somehow become an even bigger part of the story than either fighter could have anticipated. Jey, sensing that the fight may be slipping away from him, decides to take matters into his own hands. With a burst of adrenaline, he lands a powerful super kick right to Tyson's jaw, sending the former world champion crashing to the mat. The crowd is on their feet, screaming as Jey scrambles to pin Tyson. But just as the referee's hand is about to hit the mat for the 3 count, the lights flicker again. This time, they don't just flicker, they go out completely. Silence takes over, and for a split second, it feels like time itself has stopped. The lights return almost immediately, but when they do, something is entirely different. The mysterious figure has stepped into the ring. The man in black is no longer just standing at the edge. He's right there, in the center of the squared circle, and he's holding a chair. In one swift motion, he swings it at Jey Uso's back with a sickening crack. The audience erupts into confusion and anger, but the mystery man doesn't stop there. He picks up Jey, lifting him effortlessly and tossing him across the ring like a rag doll. Tyson, now recovering from the earlier kick, watches this unexpected turn of events unfold. His instincts scream at him to act, but he hesitates. There's something about the figure's presence that sends a shiver down his spine. For a moment, Tyson is frozen, unsure of what to do next. The man in black turns to face Tyson, his movements calculated and deliberate. And then, in a shocking twist, he lowers his hood, revealing his face to the stunned audience. The entire arena falls silent as the identity of the mysterious figure is revealed. It's none other than Mike Tyson's former trainer, the one person Tyson has kept out of the spotlight for years. This is the man who helped shape Tyson's early career, the man who knew Tyson's strengths, weaknesses, and every flaw in his game. But there's more. The trainer, whose name has been long buried in the history of Tyson's past, holds up his hand. It's a signal. He's not just here to interfere in the match. He's here to finish something that was left unfinished years ago. Tyson's jaw tightens as he locks eyes with his former mentor. The weight of their shared history is palpable. This isn't just a betrayal. It's a confrontation that has been brewing for decades. The trainer, having watched Tyson rise and fall from the sidelines, has come to settle old scores, and he's brought a weapon to ensure his victory. It's no longer just about Tyson and Jey. It's about Tyson's unresolved past, his former trainer's thirst for revenge, and the terrifying realization that the match was never really about the fight between Tyson and Jey at all. As the trainer moves toward Tyson, it's clear that the path to redemption is more complicated than Tyson could have ever imagined. This isn't just about proving himself in the ring anymore. It's about confronting the very demons he thought he'd left behind. Jey Uso, still recovering from the chair shot, watches the scene unfold with disbelief. His own personal battle with Tyson seems insignificant in comparison to what's happening right before his eyes. Tyson, once the champion of the world, now finds himself facing the very person who helped shape his legacy, the person who's been silently waiting for this moment of reckoning. But just as Tyson steps forward to confront his old trainer, something unexpected happens. The entire arena goes dark once more, only this time, when the lights return, Jey Uso is back on his feet. With a surge of energy, fueled by anger and the need for justice, Jey charges at the trainer, knocking him off balance. The force of Jey's attack sends the trainer sprawling, and for the first time in the match, Tyson looks at Jey in a new light. This fight is no longer about Tyson proving himself or Jey trying to elevate his status. It's about something deeper, something rooted in betrayal and redemption. Tyson looks at Jey with a new respect, recognizing that, despite the odds, the Samoan warrior has shown more heart than anyone could have predicted. The match, which had seemed like it was slipping from Jey's hands, has turned into a dramatic back and forth, with Tyson now fully awake to the stakes. The trainer, enraged by Jey's intervention, scrambles to his feet and charges at both men. But in a stunning move, Tyson steps in front of Jey, defending him from the trainer's assault. The two legends, who had once been bitter rivals in their own right, now join forces, temporarily pushing their own battles aside for something far more important: survival. Together, Tyson and Jey take down the trainer, with Tyson delivering a brutal knockout punch that sends the trainer crashing to the mat. The crowd is in shock, watching as the once feared trainer is vanquished in a display of both raw power and unexpected teamwork. But the fight isn't over yet. As the trainer lays unconscious on the mat, Tyson turns to Jey, nodding at him in silent acknowledgement. The respect between the two fighters is mutual. Jey, bloodied but unbowed, steps back, preparing to face Tyson one last time. They know what needs to happen. The crowd is on the edge of their seats, witnessing the culmination of a match that's turned into something far more complex than anyone could have imagined. With a final push, Jey Uso charges, landing a devastating superkick that sends Tyson reeling. And in a moment that seems to slow time itself, Jey goes for the pin, the referee counting the seconds as the crowd counts along. 1, 2, 3. The bell rings, and Jey Uso stands victorious. The crowd erupts into wild applause, cheering for the underdog who has proven that heart, determination, and family legacy can overcome even the greatest challenges. Tyson, exhausted and humbled, rises to his feet. He may have lost the match, but something far more important has been achieved. Tyson has faced his past, and in doing so, he's found a new understanding of himself. Jey, too, has overcome the odds, securing his place in the WWA universe as not just a tag team legend, but a true singles competitor. The match has ended, but the impact will last forever. As Jey raises his hand in victory, Tyson offers a nod of respect, acknowledging that in this fight, both men won in their own way. The night ends, not with a single winner, but with a shared moment of redemption, leaving the audience breathless and awestruck by the unexpected twists, betrayals, and ultimate triumphs that unfolded before their eyes.